So today we are starting with AOP using annotations. So first thing first, what all dependencies? As we are using annotations, we'll add dependencies. So we'll add dependencies for Spring context. Like we had a over here, we would add jars for context, Spring context, or dependencies for Spring context, dependencies for Spring Boot Starter AOP, dependencies for aspect, J runtime, aspect viewer, Spring aspects. So all these dependencies should be added. So in my this application, the form.xml file, I've added all the dependencies. So dependencies for Spring Boot Starter Pack and tester, this we get by default. Added dependencies for aspect, J runtime, RT, then added for Spring context, aspect J viewer, as Spring aspects, Spring Boot Starter AOP, Spring Boot aspect J tools. Add these dependencies. So in my program, the aspect J dependency was not working, so I had to add this jar file extra, the aspect J viewer. Sorry, the aspect J viewer dependency was having some issues, so I had to download this aspect J viewer jar file and then add it as my external jars so that I could use the annotations. So I was not able to use the aspect annotations, not able to import it. So for this, I added the aspect J viewer jar file explicitly, and these dependencies automatically downloaded their respective jars. Create an application for that. So I've created a bank application. So I have my bank class which has a deposit function which takes argument as a string, a bank account number, and double as the amount to deposit. So we'll add the amount to be deposited to the balance and return the updated balance. This is my class. Now how do I achieve AOP using annotations? So I'll be using the bean config Java file for my bean creations, not the conventional XML file. So I have a video on this episode 11 you all can watch in this series, which will tell you all the technique of how we can create beans using this Java or class files. So as this is my configuration class, like we had the configuration file as the XML file, so this is my configuration class. So I have annotated add configuration. We'll scan for all the we'll do a component scan. So all the classes which are annotated as component, we'll do a component scan in the package demo. So in this package I'm doing a component scan, and as we are doing AOP, we will also need a proxy. So this will also enable the auto proxy, and this is just my bean config class, it's empty. So how do I achieve AOP is, now I have made a aspect over here. So this is my log before service class. So this is my aspect, right? And this is also my component. Why? Because we will be creating beans of this using the bean config class. So, and this is my aspect class, so I annotated it as aspect, and then I have given a point cut as before. And if we wish to execute before any function, if we wish to execute a code before any function, we use this execution. And how? So what this execution is trying to say is, this star means return type. The star means, so the first star which is there, so I'll make it a bit bigger for you all so you all can see it clearly. The first star which is there is the return type of the function. So star means any return type. When I say star, means any return type. Okay. After the star we have a space. So we have a space over here. So you have to understand this. So after the star, we will have a space. So this is my space. After the space, we will have the package name. So which method you are invoking, that method belongs to which package. So if I give, so this, you can treat this is a longer space so that things can become easy to understand. So this is one space. So after the space, when I give a star, means this is the package name. So if I know the package name, I can give the package name. If I don't know the package name, or if I want for all packages, I can just say star. So star means all packages. Okay, so then after the package name, I have to give the class name. So if I have to give for this, then I'll give demo.bank, and in this bank which method, in this bank which method, in this bank the deposit method, right? So you have to give like this: the package name, the class name, and then the method name. So here I have given as package name, class name, and the method name. So demo dot bank as the class, and in the bank class the deposit function. Now this deposit function accepts two arguments. The deposit function accepts two argument, right? So I need to pass them, the string and double, right? So we can pass over here string and double, like how we would pass in a function prototype, string and double. But now what different flavors we have of this? So this is for this function only, of this class, of this package. But if I want to give a generic view, so what I can do is I can use this. So in the, okay, so now see what flavors I can use. So let's say the first variance is, I can say in the demo class, demo package, all the classes with all the methods having any number of arguments. Okay, so okay, so let's take it simple. In the demo class, in the demo package, bank class, and all the methods. This star means all the methods. So this before means before execution of all the methods of the demo.bank class. So in my bank class, I have two methods. I have two methods, right? Deposit, and I just made some sample method I have made below king. So if any one of this method is called, before invoking of that, this code will be executed. The function, the code in the function apple. Okay, so if I want for all the classes in the demo package, I can give like this. For the demo package, all the classes and all the methods having arguments, any argument. Or if you want it for all the packages and all the classes, you can give all the packages, all the classes, all the methods having any number of arguments, and this star remains. So this star remains the space. So star with the space, having any return type, having any return type, having any return type. So I'll show you with all the four flavors now. Okay, so like this. So this is my aspect class, and as we are using the bean config Java file, so this is also the component. So I've named it as log before service, and when will it done on the execution of any return type, when there is a call to the demo.bank.deposit function. So whenever there is a call to the demo.bank.deposit function only, then only this code will be executed. If there is a code to the king class, nothing will happen. If there is a code to the bank new class, nothing will happen, because my point cut is only this. this function will be called, and then we will generate a logger. So this before deposit will invoke only when there is a call to before. So it will execute before the demo.bank.deposit function. So when I go to my application and I make the bean in the bean config.class, you can watch the episode 11 to understand in this in detail. And then now get bean of which class bank, just give the class name over here. And now with this b I am calling which function? Let's say with this b I am calling the deposit function. So with this b, when I call the deposit function, then only this before code will be executed, because I have given the pointer as on the demo.bank class on the deposit function, which I am doing right now over here. Demo.bank class, and I am calling the deposit function. So this info should reflect when I run this. See, it does. Okay, now if I call the king function, if I comment this and if I call the king function, okay, this means b, I call the function king. What is the king function doing? The king function is just displaying some line in deposit. Okay, the king function is just displaying and king. So it will just display I am king, but will not execute this aspect, because the point cut given is demo.bank.deposit function, and I am calling which function? I am invoking here the king function. So this part will not be executed. Directly I will get only one line, that is I am king. Directly I am getting I am king. Now if I want I am king also to this code to be executed, this login code should be executed even before that. So what I'll do, demo.bank dot any function having any number of arguments. Now this will execute. Here you see info.bank before deposit, because what have we given in the Apple function? They are given as before deposit. But now if I make object of the bank new class, then this code will not execute. So if I make object of which class, I comment this, I make object of bank new. Now with this bank new I call the deposit function. With the bank new I call the deposit function, then this code will not be executed, because the point cut what we have given is only bank class, demo.bank class. So now we are making object of which class? Bank new class, and with the bank new, when we call deposit function, this logging code will not be executed. See, it is just showing in deposit and is not executing the logging code. So now what do I have to do for that then? I have to say in the demo all the classes. So when I say this and I run, then the info will be printed. Yeah, so the info has been printed. Okay, and if I have multiple packages, I can say what? Any package, all the packages, that all the classes and all the functions having any number of arguments having any return type, there's a space over here. So this will work for all. So like this we can have point cuts, and we can have function, and then we can have before, after, around. We can have separate functions which will execute. So we can use the after also. Okay. So like this similarly. So similarly we can use after also. So after execution of, let it be a function might have this means a function. This means a function. The execution of function having any return type being from any package, any class, any function name, and having a number of arguments. So like this. So like this we can have the AO aspect oriented programming using annotations also. So these classes we have. So this is the aspect class. This is the client program, the main class. But here we are making the bean using the bean config.java file. So dot class over here, and then whichever class we wish to make a bean of, provide that class name with the dot class. And this is the bean config. So this will be referred as configuration. We'll scan for all the classes in this package, and we'll also prepare the auto proxy.